Oh, hi, I didn't see you there. I was just busy preparing supper and pre-chopping everything and putting it into tiny bowls like I normally do, which no one ever does. When we cook, we're like, and we just like shove it into a pan. Today we're gonna be making yakisoba. Simon, I'm gonna let you do your yakisoba song only this once. Simon has a yakisoba song, which really annoys me.
The yakisoba, the yakisoba, bye-bye, the yakisoba, the yakisoba, hey, hey.
I mean, it's embarrassing, really. Ah yes, is there anything else more awkward than a grown white man rapping?
Running Man because I'm wearing clogs and they're very sticky.
Aren't you so cool with your clogs?
They're good for the kitchen.
Sure they are.
Bonk. You know, when we were in Korea, there was street food everywhere. Like you could go for like tteokbokki and odeng and like all this stuff was available all the time at multiple carts. But yakisoba is not like a year-round thing. It's kind of like a festival food. So if you go to like a temple during festival time periods, you'll see these like big, huge trays and people are like making this yakisoba. You can definitely get it at izakayas as well. And you can even get an instant version, like a cup of ramen that you can make at home. So it's really kind of like a comfort food. So I basically spent weeks on the internet looking up Japanese recipes and foreign recipes and trying to see what the similarities were. One sauce is using the yakisoba powder that comes in the pack. What if you buy yakisoba and you live in the States and it doesn't come with this powder? Well, that would kind of suck for me to make a recipe with something you can't use. And the other one is a sauce from scratch that you should be able to make even if you don't have yakisoba powder available.
Is it from scratch?
It's from scratch. It's from scratch. Making it just from scratch.
Now let's go unceremoniously chop up all these vegetables and teach you how to make some comfort food yakisoba. The yakisoba.
The yakisoba, bye-bye, the yakisoba.
Now let's enjoy a nice little trip to the Japanese grocery store. Ooh, got some yakisoba. Got me some thinly sliced pork. I love me some eggs. Ooh, what's that? Bean sprouts, don't like them, but they're cheap. Got me some pickled ginger. Put that all into our adorable Eat Your Sushi bag. Get on my bicycle and heading home now.
It's time to chop all the things. Okay, this is a really simple recipe because you're just looking to chop the vegetables so that they're bite-sized. When you use your chopsticks to pick up a big piece of yakisoba, you want to have a little bit of everything. You don't want to have to gnaw through like a huge hunk of carrot or like a huge piece of meat. So I'm just julienning the carrots and making everything easy to eat. Also, I did forget to buy garlic, but I do have this jar of pre-chopped garlic, so that worked really well for me. When it comes to the meat as well, you just want to make it bite-sized. And if you're someone who does not eat pork or does not eat meat, you could definitely do a fried tofu, but I would recommend adding it at the very end, otherwise it will fall apart during the tossing of the noodle process. All right, we're done. Okay, moving on to making the sauces. First of all, how adorable is this tiny whisk? It's the cutest thing ever. We're gonna start with the yakisoba powder. So we're just pouring the powder into a container. We're gonna add 2 tablespoons of Japanese Worcestershire sauce. And I believe that Japanese Worcestershire sauce is different in taste than the Western kind. And this is the big difference between getting that authentic taste and having something slightly off. I'm also using Japanese oyster sauce, a tablespoon's going in, and it's also different in taste than, let's say, a Chinese-based oyster sauce. And 5 tablespoons of water. Then we're gonna add 2 teaspoons of soy sauce, and then we're just gonna mix it all together. Next up, yakisoba sauce from scratch in case you do not have that powder available to you. We're gonna start with a teaspoon of honey, 1 teaspoon of soy sauce, and 2 teaspoons of ketchup. Then you're gonna add a tablespoon of North American or Western style Worcestershire sauce. If you have Japanese, it is better. I'm throwing in a tablespoon of sake, you can use water if you want, and 2 teaspoons of oyster sauce. Grind in some pepper, and then just mix the whole thing up. It's gonna be a lot thicker than the other one, but it's also gonna be a lot more intense. So that's it, we're done, the sauces are ready. All right, now that we've chopped everything and I've got my sauces ready, this is where everything on the internet goes awry. I have watched so many cooking videos. Some people will break up their yakisoba noodles and like fry it up with the veg and mix it all together. Some people will just fry the yakisoba noodles on its own to give it a crisp. Some people will put the pork in first. I really don't know which one is the correct way because I think it just comes down to like how you like your yakisoba. The key points though are, do not overcook these noodles because they actually cook real quickly. So I've seen some people boil it online and then add it to the thing and they're like, why is my yakisoba so mushy? It cooks so fast. If you are desperate and you cannot find yakisoba noodles anywhere. You can use ramen packages, like when you open up the ramen, you have that hard ramen. You can cook that in water without the spice and everything, but don't cook it fully so that when you put it in the pan, it still keeps cooking. Simon,
What?
would you like to go water our cat?
All right, fat boy. What's up? It's too bright here. Here's a little drinking glass, jerky. Lime, 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 lime.
Okay, over medium-high heat, I'm gonna crisp up, and by crisp up, I mean just cook my pork. I personally just like to have that kind of like fatty base at the bottom so that I can taste all the fat oil. Ooh, all the delicious pork fat oil. Real sorry to people who don't like meat. I can't help you at this point. Gonna pop on a little bit of salt and pepper. Huh. Ah, everything's fine. No panicking. So I'm not even gonna fully cook it. I'm gonna just like undercook it and then pop it into the vegetables and it'll keep cooking later on. Oh yeah, look at all that oil in there now.
Oh yeah, don't you know?
Oh yeah. Okay, and I'm gonna use this oil to fry up the yakisoba noodle. People who make yakisoba on the internet really well will always fry their yakisoba noodles first to give it a crispy brown texture, and then they add everything else in. Do this. Okay, putting it in. And if you guys have any cooking sake, I'm just gonna put like a tiny dash of cooking sake down. If you don't have sake, you can just use water. I think I'm gonna use a bigger spatula. Oh yeah, I like the way you work it. Stop! Can you guys see that? Oh yeah, see that crispy char? That's what you want celery noodles to have. Okay, it's starting to fall apart, which is a very good sign. So now before it is fully cooked, I'm gonna start adding the veg and the pork and everything back in and start cooking that up. So what I'm trying to do now is trying to saute the vegetables, but I'm trying to lift the noodles off the pan so that they're not being like overcooked and getting gross. What's great about yakisoba is the vegetables aren't overcooked. It's not like a soggy thing. It's just kind of like a lightly sauteed thing that you'll see them doing in front of you. You want a nice...
You put the sauce on after the egg?
You put the sauce on coming up, but I won't just say to start cooking. I'm gonna use the sauce that I showed you guys how to make without using the powder pack because it's more fair to you guys if you don't have it. And I'm just gonna dump that on top beautifully. Oh man, there's so much sauce left. You know what would have been great?
What?
If I remembered to add the garlic.
Ah.
That would have been, I think, a key point that I completely missed out on.
Oh yeah, put that egg on. Ooh, give me that pickled ginger, such a good balance. Are you sprinkling on some spice? Ooh, you would, wouldn't you? You would like it hot. Ooh, look at you, all glistening and perfectly yolky. Oh yeah, don't you break that egg yolk. Don't you break that, oh, you broke that egg yolk. Mix that egg yolk into those hot noodles. Oh.
If you guys like spicy food, I really recommend just adding a little bit of powder on top of that, and it's just like creamy, it's a little bit sweet, it's a little bit savory, a little bit smoky, then you have the pork flavors, and don't forget pickled ginger on the side goes really well. This is so close to tasting like Japanese yakisoba from a market, like from a festival, but there's just something missing. It must be the Japanese Worcestershire sauce, but I think it's pretty close. Ducky, come on, take a bite.
All right, let me see. I can't hold this by myself.
Wait, hang on. I'm coming. Just hold on a second. I'm gonna be there in a minute. Hold on, wait. I'm coming. Hang on. 1 second.
The yakisoba, the yakisoba. Bye.
Tell me your honest feeling, Ducky.
It's really good. It's really there.
I might need to step in because Simon is gonna eat all the frickin' noodles.
This is both of our food. The heck, mister?
That's nice.
What's nice? The yakisoba!
The yakisoba! The yakisoba! The yakisoba!
What are we singing?
If you were wondering about what instant yakisoba looks like, I went out and bought an instant yakisoba package, and I'd like to show you guys what it looks like. So choose my video, come with me, and let's make us some instant yakisoba.
We've had enough noodles for one day. Are you ready for this beautiful water droplet desserts? These little jellies. This is the Sakura one. It's transparent.
Is that a real cherry blossom?
That is. Isn't that gorgeous? I know you want to try this one instead. You're all noodled out. Come.
No one's ever said, I'm noodled out, I could go for a Sakura water droplet.